Hi, you guys.
Hello, Sharon. The three amigos and amigas are back.
Yeah, bro. Hey,
Yes.
Kel, what's going on?
Well, I have to say last week, I want to just thank all of our listeners who sent us in little messages wishing me well with my recovery from gum graft surgery. It was it was a challenging week, I have to say. Like, it wasn't, obviously there's way worse things in life than a gum graft, so I realize the level that it was at, but I will say that it was a challenge to eat for most of the week, and it was just annoying.
Yeah.
Well,
Just,
you look amazing today. You don't sound.
Thank you.
Sound like you've fully recovered.
Yeah, I'm not fully, but I did see the dentist on this past Monday, and he's taken out the stitches and he says that it's heading in the right direction. So that's all good. But I have to say, like, on the weekend, it was my my radio show. And I think I told you guys last week when I planned out the surgery, I made sure to do it on the Monday. So I had like 5 days to, get some healing in before the show. I was exhausted on Saturday afternoon, like from all the talking. And as Sharon knows, like, I don't talk a lot on our station because we're pretty quick. She does.
Yes, she does.
So it was funny because at the end I was like winded. I was like, whoo, I'll shut up now. Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, it's because the gum graft is here. So who knew that, like, this part of your mouth is just central to everything. Like, you smile, it hurts because it's pulling, like, the whole thing. And it was funny because I was talking to a friend of mine today, and it's funny, and I'm sure you've noticed this too. Like, let's say you bang your elbow or you break your toe or whatever. It's only when you do these things that you realize, like, every little part of our body serves a purpose. And when it's not working, you're like not in a good place.
Oh my gosh, no kidding.
Yeah.
And you only find it out. You only find out when you injure that thing, how useful it is to you in your everyday life.
Yeah. Because, like, I hurt my toe once at karate, and, like, I was like, I'll be fine. No, I was limping for like a week. So
you gave yourself your own crystal waters. Nope.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. Well, I'm glad that you're on the mend and that you're talking as much as ever.
Yeah.
And we're good to go for another fun show today. We've got a lot to get to. As I scroll to the top of my page to make sure we don't miss anything, here's a question for you, somewhat redundant since we're going to talk about it, but is it too soon to talk about Christmas stuff?
Absolutely.
Yes, it is. But if anyone would make it okay, it's Mariah. So we're going to tell you what she's got planned, getting closer to the holidays, and that'll help brighten up a sad time. We're going to talk about Matthew Perry and a brand new book from him. We're also kind of dealing with some sad news that we got by the time of this show airing. It's just been a few days since we found out about Leslie Jordan, the actor, recording artist, author, probably best known for playing Beverly Leslie on Will and Grace, just like the perfect nemesis to Karen Walker's character, or the Karen Walker character rather, played by Megan Mullally. Now, he was in a single car accident. He hit a wall and he died in that accident. So startling news. So that's why I think that we should start there today.
Mm-hmm.
So to think of the greatness of just that one character, Beverly Leslie, and how standout of a character it was for Will and Grace, but a long career for this great source of positivity. Like, on social media, we saw posts by Megan Mullally and Sean Hayes and Eric McCormick and Deborah Messing. All four of them of Will and Grace cast were posted on social media to say that basically they were brokenhearted.
Mm-hmm.
And all of, not just the four of them, but many other people who posted seemed to have a tough time finding words to describe their sadness about his death. But what they did manage to do was find all positive things when they were able to find their words. So it was really, it's very touching and still very new and still very shocking, because you guys watched him on Instagram also. He did a great amount of work to keep people's spirits lifted during COVID times when everybody was super locked in at home, and he took to Instagram and entertained us for the whole time, it seemed.
And you know what's funny? I saw all those videos during especially the pandemic.
Yeah.
and I had no idea that it was Leslie Jordan.
Really?
And I just noticed when you sent the news article about what just happened. And I went, oh my
Yeah.
God, it's the guy from TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I had no idea he was such an actor and everything. I just thought he was a random grandpa who got faked during the pandemic on TikTok. And I'm like, I'm so stupid. Crazy. Now there's this whole world I can discover about him.
It's
I
amazing.
had no clue who he was.
He went up something like he had like a few 100,000 followers
Yeah.
before pandemic and went up to like 5.8 million.
Isn't that amazing?
Which is amazing. And the one thing too that I noticed, and I don't know if you guys notice this, but obviously for what we do as a living, like I follow many celebrities of many different genres and realms and all that stuff.
Yep.
And I think this is legitimately the first person that's passed away in, I can't even tell you how long, and maybe ever, where there's so many different celebrities in different realms.
Yep.
Saying how much they loved him and what a great person he is. Like that was interesting to me. Like what a great person he must have been if like Allison Janney,
Yep.
Dolly Parton, all the cast of, like you said, Will and Grace, then the new show he was on with Mayim Bialik, Call Me Kat, they've taken a break from filming.
Yeah.
Like every person, like just people you didn't even think would be connected to him have put out messages saying they're brokenhearted. So he must have just been an absolutely lovely human to be around.
Well, the album that he recorded, I think we're coming up on a year, called Company's Comin', Southern music. And of course, Dolly Parton was gracious enough to be on that. But the people that he worked with on that, Brandy Carlisle on that too, Tanya Tucker, like these great big names, just drawn to the kindness and the genuine nature of Leslie Jordan. And the album's really cool. It's very heartsy, rootsy, but more like you can tell it's from the heart, that he loved what he was doing and that the people that he spent the time with to make it also loved what they do. I don't know, it's sad.
And his timing, like on Will and Grace, is just bananas.
Oh gosh.
And it's funny too, because like I saw the list of all the sitcoms he was on in the 90s too. It was like every single sitcom he was on, basically. Hearts of Fire, like it just, one sitcoms I'd forgotten were even on the air,
Yeah.
And there's one line, and I don't remember exactly how it goes, but it's with Will and Grace. And it's again a scene with the Karen character, and like he's something to the effect of like, I smell gin and regret.
Yeah.
Like best line ever. Just so good. So
they were just so great. They played off each other so well. Just both characters so extreme within this confines of like normal friendship, the way Will and Grace was set up, that it was so neat to be able to celebrate how quirky both of them were and how much sense they both made.
Yeah, it would have been cool to have him, and I don't know if he did, because he might have been a guest on Golden Girls. That would have been
great.
That would have been sick. Yeah.
What was cool was that he acknowledged that he did have the followers that he did on Instagram and TikTok, because a friend of him told him, you're viral, you've gone viral. He's like, no, I don't have COVID. Like not fully grasping what he was doing. And then by the end of it, he was a champion video maker. And it was just like a little source of a little boost of positivity anytime you saw him on social media. So I will definitely miss that. But you know what? The best part about social media is that stuff lives there.
Yeah.
So we'll have access to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And may he rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
I read something else that actually was a post on his Instagram page, that they're going to share bits of what he'd been working on most recently, which he was very proud of. So we can look forward to that too.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So from that, I think we need the lift of some trivia, Kel.
Here we go.
90s. Now, trivia.
Bing bong.
It's so great to have the actual theme song back, along with Adam's triumphant return. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we will start with a pop culture question. In 1992, McDonald's opened its largest restaurant to date in which Chinese city?
Adam.
Go, Adam.
Beijing.
Correct. Yeah.
Ooh, nice
Let's
one.
go with the Chinese city you know.
That is the only Chinese city I do know.
My geography is not strong, so that when you talk about China, I'm like, oh, I don't know.
Like, how big is it? Or it was big in 1992, so it might not be the biggest.
Maybe, but I think Beijing is still the largest city over there. I feel like that's the gem.
I'm amazed by McDonald's. There's
Yeah.
a McDonald's near our house that's been there 50 years, just about.
hmm
And any time of the day that we drive by it, there's a line at the drive-through. Any time of the day.
Yeah.
Like
They're printing money at this
it's
point.
incredible. Like we went the other night because Deb was having a craving for a chocolate sundae. And it was like 9:45. Line up.
Yeah.
And
That's
and-
Sunday hour.
well, like and line up on the inside too. Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Bananas, but good for them.
There's a McDonald's in my hometown, and it's been there since I was born. Like it's been there forever. And now they've added 2 drive-through lanes. Like
Wow.
it's
Oh,
and they have
Yeah.
2, I think they even have 2 stories now. Like it's impressive. And yeah, it's always busy. And sometimes too, when because it's near the highway. So when you come into the town, like you see it as you're kind of going up on this overpass thing.
Yep.
And like, yeah, at all times of the day, it's packed. And every time I
Wild.
think like, oh, it might not be busy now. No, it's always busy.
Oh no, it's busy.
Yeah, I have to say, like, I love a good McFlurry.
yeah.
They have
nice.
a good utility ice cream. Like it gets the job done. You know what I mean?
Utility ice cream.
It's not as good as a Blizzard at Dairy Queen, but it's.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
they
saying
have Dairy
something.
Queens in the States? Yeah, right. It's not.
That's
It's
their
yeah, pretty
jam.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting is my better half, who is legit Irish, does not call it a McFlurry. She's like, let's go get some McFlurries. I'm like, what? And so we get into these arguments over how it's pronounced. And I'm like, look, you're in Canada. It's McFlurry. She's like, well, it's McFlurry, just so you're clear. I'm like, okay.
Wow, you've been schooled.
Yeah. And she also says that over in Ireland, during the heyday of Dynasty, it was pronounced dynasty.
Wow. She probably also says vitamin too, I bet.
She does. Yeah. And she also says, and I can never say it, like, you know how we say tomato? She's
Tomato.
Tomato. Yeah, tomato. Yeah.
What about potato? Potato?
She calls them spuds.
She's
That's
a
not-
quirky.
She's a quirky gal. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like her.
Yeah, you like her so much, you call her Elaine.
Yelane.
Yeah. It's good. Anyways, but that's what's funny too. So it's all these like proper, like fancy words and then spuds. And she also calls me and anyone else who claims to be like of heritage of like Irish background,
Yeah.
plastic patties.
Plastic patties? Oh, nice. I get
Because
it.
they make fun of like, you know, like all of us at the parade in March, like, you know, holding up all these, you know, signs. And so we're called plastic patties.
Wow. She's
Yeah.
hardcore, man.
She is harsh. And like, so for example, too, like my whole life, I've been told that I'm like of Irish heritage, right? Like my whole life. And so I remember when we first met, she's like, just so we're clear, Alexander is not an Irish name. And I'm like, what? I'm like, but like we legit came, like my great grandmother was almost on the Titanic.
Ooh.
You know, like she just, for some reason she missed.
Good
that
thing she
thing.
wasn't.
Yeah, it's a good thing she wasn't, or I wouldn't be here. But yeah, so you know, we've come from there. And so she's like, just so you're clear, it's not. So then like I actually did some digging, and like in effect, she is right. We are probably, I think we were British, then we went to Scotland and then over to Ireland. So like I am from Ireland, but Alexander definitely not an Irish name.
Can't tell her that.
No. So then I said, well, just call me McAlexander, and that didn't go over well.
And
Yeah.
she said, it's Mac Alexander.
Exactly. She also made fun of my brother's name because his name is Sean, which is like Irish name, right?
Yeah.
But apparently it's not Irish enough because he doesn't spell it S-E-A-N.
Ah.
He spells it S-A-U-N, and she literally goes like this, what's that? And so I told my brother, he was legit sad. He was like,
Oh.
what do you mean? Like he was like, I'm like, it's okay, Shawnee, it's all right.
Okay, we're gonna have to change the spelling of your name.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry. Anyway, she completely dashed my hopes of life in Ireland. So it's great. And in effect, anyways, I've been over there. It's very pretty. It's damp a lot though, so I don't think I could live there full time.
Gets you right in the bones.
It's very damp. Yeah.
Well, Kel,
Yeah.
I think she forgot there's another question.
I think she just, I can see the hearts in her eyes. She
Here we
forgot question
are.
number 2.
Finish the title of this awesome educational video game series.
Wait. It's an educational video game series?
Yeah, so you need to finish it. Ready?
Okay.
Yes.
Where in the world is?
Sharon.
Yep,
Carmen Sandiego.
there we are.
Who's Carmen Sandiego?
She's a traveler. She's got a backpack. She's everywhere.
So does Dora.
Oh
Dora
wait,
the
Dora
Explorer.
the Explorer has the backpack.
Carmen
Carmen
Sandiego a dude?
Sandiego. She had what was her a dude? Is that what you
Isn't
said?
Carmen Sandiego a dude?
Carmen's a girl's name.
I feel like it's a dude in this.
How much you want to bet? You
10
might be
bucks.
thinking
I'll
of
come up with the
Diego.
answer.
10 bucks.
Diego is her friend.
10 bucks.
$10?
Yep.
And you think Carmen Sandiego is a dude?
Yeah, I feel like it is. No.
Well, I'm gonna look forward to my $10 bill.
Okay.
I
Is it-
think Kelly owns Sharon $10.
I-
Yep.
Okay.
oh,
Carmen. Well, she looks like a gal. I mean, who knows?
she got bangs, little sassy do,
I
right?
think you know
Got
what
a
you know what
red
I,
dress, a red hat, some red hair.
you know what I just realized. So Sharon, I will give you your money. You know what I just realized? I confused Carmen with.
What?
Where's Waldo?
Waldo, yeah. Isn't he a dude with a striped sweater? Blends in really well. Remarkably well.
You know who's laughing their behinds off right now? Rachel, Carolyn, Jane, Ginger Bear.
Yeah. We had such worldly qualities to us until that moment.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I might as well take this opportunity to apologize for last week, because last week, remember we talked about Sade
Yeah.
Yes.
new music. And I honestly, it was only after the episode was over, and because we had that whole discussion about how like there should be no R in there.
Right.
And I totally know this. I know it's Sade, and how it came out as Sade when I think I first said it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I was like appalled and disappointed with myself the whole like week. I was like,
I gave
You
myself a
know
timeout.
this. But you know what's funny is I blame it on the fact that Sade and her band Sade have been gone for 12 years. So it's like,
Oh yeah. There's always a
There's
reason.
that.
there's always a reason. Anyways, do you want your $10 in pesos or Canadian dinero?
Surprise me.
Okay.
It's funny.
Yeah.
I love winning.
Yeah.
Anyways. So we've determined that it might be a little bit soon for this, but season's greetings, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it when we talk about music. I'm fine about it in October.
Exactly. Especially when we've got, like extended summer conditions here in Montreal
Mhm.
and no complaints because I was just legit raking fall leaves in shorts and a tank top. So that's not bad. And even better though, when you consider that Mariah Carey and the beautiful voice on All I Want for Christmas Is You
Mhm.
we'll start to play in another couple of weeks or so, which is exciting. And she's got shows booked, right, Kel?
I can't believe it. She's coming to Canada.
Pretty
Wow.
incredible.
When's the last time she came over here?
I saw her in 2009. I'm not sure if she's been back since.
I think there was a show. What I read was that there was a show in 2016, like a Christmas unveil show for a business here in Canada.
Toronto?
Yeah, in Toronto. So yeah, she's coming
Like
back
a
to Toronto, which is cool.
A corporate show, not a.
Right.
Oh,
I think it was the Bay, something that the Bay did.
Yeah,
for
because this time she's going back to the Scotiabank Center, right? Like the big
Yeah,
arena, right?
the
So
big arena, exactly.
Mm.
So that'll be cool. That show's happening on Sunday, December 11th. And then a couple of nights later, she's doing a couple of shows in New York. Can you imagine how festive it's going to be?
I really want to go to the Toronto show.
Me too.
I
It's on a
really do.
Sunday.
Maybe we could use that $10 to put
Yeah.
the ticket.
You're gonna need that $10 back.
Here's our down payment.
Yeah.
It's a 10.
Yeah, it's probably going to be $9,000 to get a ticket to like her.
Oh, it's gonna be at least 500-600.
Oh, for sure.
Oh
Yeah.
my
at
God.
least, and those
Yeah.
won't be good tickets.
Yeah.
Oh my
But I think I
God.
told you this before, and I don't know, Adam, if you know this, but when I did see her in 2009, so she was late, right? To like so like New York has Madison Square Garden, like Montreal, ours is the Bell Center.
Right.
And I think it was at least 30 minutes, if not 45 minutes late. And she rocks on stage in this like bedazzled gown or whatever. And like, I was like, I love her to pieces, right? Absolutely love her. But I was like annoyed. I'm like, I have to work tomorrow. What's going on here? And I'm sure I wasn't alone. But the minute she sashayed out on stage, she's like, Montreal, I'm sorry, but I'm a
Uh-huh.
diva. And like, and you forgave her. And it was
And
fine.
how late was she?
At least 30 to 45 minutes.
That's a lot late.
Yeah, that is a lot late, knowing that, it's like, because normally headliners start at 9, right? So yeah.
Wow.
But she was worth it. Just like I forgave Erica Badu when she was late. Yeah.
But that was more than half an hour though.
That was like an hour and something. I think I told you I couldn't feel my legs at that point. I was freezing.
Wow.
It was
You were
May
out-
6th of like, what year was it now? 2006. And it was outside, and I literally like my legs started to freeze from the ankle up because I was standing in the same spot for like an hour and a half.
Oh my god.
And shout out to the Roots, because they had opened and they stayed on for her until her bus got lost or something.
Oh
ridiculous.
wow. Bus
Yeah,
got lost.
That's what we were told. Yeah,
That sounds like something that all made up.
probably.
Yeah.
But then again, she sachets out on stage and she starts playing the drum. Like she had this drum thing, Erica. And like, again, in 3 seconds, I'm like, it's forgiven. Like, I was,
Imagine though, our bus got lost. Well, when did you get there for your show that night or day or whatever?
yeah.
You're
Yeah.
just
They're
driving
usually
and
roll
being
in
dropped
either-
off at the stage door.
Yeah, exactly. Because they usually roll in the night before, right? Usually they usually
Yeah.
roll in, so yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh, what we suffer through to see the greats.
Yeah. It's like Lauryn Hill.
Lauren Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, she didn't have a watch. She
Have
an
either
alarm
of you
system.
seen her perform live? I have not. I would love to, but I have
The
not.
only time I saw her live was in Dave Chappelle's movie,
Oh, Block Party.
Party, which I think I recommended to you, and I don't think you've seen yet because you're nodding as if we've had this conversation.
I have $10 coming your way. Don't bug me.
You can spend it on renting it. You could probably find it
Okay.
online for free somewhere, but it's very good. Like I think you'd really like it.
Oh, I'm sure I would. I just have to get there.
I hear you.
Is it on YouTube, you think?
I would bet that.
Okay.
I
I'll
bet
give
yes
it a
on
go.
that one. Or Tubi. Tubi's another good one. You ever watch anything on Tubi?
I have not. No. Is that free?
Tubi's it's free, and they'll stick commercials in there, but it's not offensive. Like it's you're watching your thing, whatever the show, documentary, movie, whatever, and then zoop, commercial comes in, and then zoop goes out. No problemo.
Okay.
I like it.
I like it too.
The opposite of no problemo, Matthew Perry.
Yeah.
And his long history with substance abuse. Now he's telling his story in a brand new book called Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. Imagining that the big terrible thing is his addiction to a long list of drugs that he basically needed to get through the day. What was the description that he needed? 55 Vicodin a day. So he had to, wake up knowing that he would need 55 to get through the day. And then he'd have to figure out how to get that. And then he's quoted as saying, when you're a drug addict, it's all math. So, whoa.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And
he
he
had a
was
bunch
on
of
vodka,
doctors and
right?
crazy.
And he was
Yeah.
drinking at the same time.
Yeah. So incredibly, I find it incredible that that he had his issues, certainly through Friends. So we know that as fans of the show, you can watch Friends and see him, lose the weight and then gain the weight. So you knew that he was, he had going downhill when you're losing that much weight that fast. He looked gaunt, and then he'd, come back and he was a little plumper, a little healthier looking. You can see that, knowing that his issues with drugs started when he was 14 years old, troubling.
Yeah.
Like,
I
poor
really
guy.
don't know how
It's
he's not dead.
easy.
I really don't know how he's not dead.
I would bet he doesn't know that either. Thinking that even just as soon as 2018, where he had to have emergency surgery because of a perforated colon.
Mm-hmm.
Emergency surgery, because that I'm not a biologist or a doctor or anything, but the colon is where, our stuff filters out of us, right? So if you've blown that, if there's a hole in that, not good things are going into your system. So he had to have that surgery quick. Apparently the success rate for that was 2%. He was in a coma for 5 months so that they could fix that. He ended up having to wear a colostomy bag for 9 months.
Wait, he was in coma for 2 weeks, but stayed in the hospital for 5 months.
Oh, thank you.
Just wanted to,
Yeah. But imagine
5
that.
months in a coma. Wow.
Well, that sometimes happens, right? When they put you into a coma
Absolutely right.
to keep you there so that your body doesn't,
Yeah.
so that can regulate rather. But yeah, so to be in the hospital for 5 months, 2 weeks of that, I imagine that was an excruciating 2 weeks for his family.
Mm-hmm.
but he talks about how he'd get the drugs, about faking back injuries, faking headaches, going to 8 doctors at the same time for drugs like Vicodin, Xanax, OxyContin, just like, we're not talking about Advil,
That was a
He
full-time
needed-
job.
full, exactly. And he said, it's exhausting, but you have to do it. You have to get the drugs because once your body gets used to that level of pain meds, you need to have it or you get very, very sick. So it's a bit of a catch-22 because by taking it, you're actually getting very, very sick. By not taking it, you feel very, very sick. So it's a completely gross, addictive thing.
Yeah.
What did he say also? He said that it wasn't like he was a big partier or anything. He said he would take 5 Vicodin and watch a movie. And that was heaven for me. He said it no longer is, which is really great.
Mhm.
And likely a large part of the movie, maybe there will be a movie, but a large part of the book is what I meant to say. I find it interesting that he also described his, why he broke up with Julia Roberts, why he broke up with her. That basically it boils down to insecurities and he never felt good enough for her and that he thought she would eventually come to that on her own. So I did like that it seemed to be a little bit lighter when he said, when he tried to describe the look on her face when he was breaking up with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
but-
can't, but it sounds like his whole life he's had confidence issues, or
Yeah.
self-esteem issues or whatever. And what's crazy is like, I remember in 2018 when we got the news that he was, and little old me, I actually believed him that it was whatever problem they said it was, a stomach issue, which in the end, I guess it was a stomach issue.
Ultimately.
Because I thought he was sober at that point. I didn't think was off the rails again because but I guess he just keeps doing this, right? So
Yeah.
I really thought he was sober. And I remember seeing him on, I think it was West Wing. Like he did a guest starring on that for like
oh yeah.
back in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
He was amazing on it. He was so good in that show and obviously amazing on Friends and anything I've seen him do. Like he really, whether it's serious or comical, like he can do it. And so you feel bad knowing that he clearly has, self-confidence issues or whatever, because he really is good at being an actor.
Yeah, he's very good. What was that other show? There was another show that was set around like the NBC building that he was in also. What
Was
that
he? I don't
called?
remember that. I know, didn't he have a short-lived show as well? Something about sunshine, like something of the sunshine, something.
Something of the sun.
There was something about sunshine, Mr. Sunshine or something. He was in it.
Studio 60 on the
Mr.
Sunset Strip.
Sunshine. Yeah. Mr. Sunshine. Yeah.
There it is. Now what's the other one? What am I looking for here? The Friends reunion was in 2021. And I remember even that he seemed a bit sketchy.
Yeah.
And I remember
He was supposed to
hearing
have been sober by that point, but I don't know. He looked jumpy, so he might have still been coming down, right? Like,
that could be. I mean,
because if it was only 3 months in, let's say, of being sober, I'm sure every day is a struggle at that point.
mm-hmm.
So
Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip. I think that's what it was.
Oh, that sounds
yeah,
right.
it was the Aaron Sorkin show. That's
That was
exactly
in
what it was.
2006.
Yeah.
Then he
That
had
was a good
called
show.
Go On in 2012.
I don't remember
Yeah.
that. But it'd be nice if he actually, after all this, if he wants to, he doesn't clearly need the money, but if he actually found a good show to get on.
Well, funny that you say he doesn't need the money. If he spent what he says is about $9 million trying to get sober, that's just on trying to get sober. Imagine the money he spent on the drugs.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of millions of dollars.
Yeah, but just think about how much they're raking in on residuals, right? For reruns of Friends. Like for sure, they all have a good kickback for that.
But how much though? Like I'd love to, it's not my business, but I'd love to know how much because 9 million is not a little bit of dollars. You know what I mean?
You would have thought too, he was commanding a big salary when he was on Friends, and then he must have been commanding for the shows he did do some serious coin. I mean, 9 million is a lot of money. So, I don't think he's living high on the hog necessarily, but I'm sure he's still on a hog. Yeah.
He's still got a hog.
He's still on a bit of a hog. Yeah.
That's good.
So
that's the way they talk, by the way, on the hog.
just so you know, each cast member receives 2% of royalties.
Okay.
In 2015, USA Today reported that Warner Brothers earns $1 billion a year for Friends. So that ends up being $20 million a year per actor on the cast.
He's good. He's good.
Okay.
So I
He's
think
fine.
he's okay.
He's good.
Okay, good.
Per year, let me
Yeah.
Yeah.
emphasize.
Adam, our little mathematician. I love it.
That's very good.
We were
Yeah.
so lost when you were gone, Adam.
Without the Google page, what would I
That's
be?
it. Those two shows were devoid of many statistics. Yeah. And then us saying like, do you think the theme song's in there, Sharon? Like,
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it is.
no wonder
Yeah.
Ginger Bear's like, the show's not the same without Adam.
I'm back, guys. I'm back. I'm here.
Thanks.
Do
All right. Well, how about we do a 90s rewind?
Let's do it.
Let's
it.
do this. And we'll go back 25 years.
That would be 1997.
Look who's showing off, eh?
Nice.
Didn't-
That
didn't
guy.
need Google for that.
You're
I'm
the
all
velvet
in
rope.
here.
Steel Trap, eh? We're gonna go back to Mariah also because 25 years ago, Mariah's Butterfly album gave us the sweet and groovy Honey. I love that song. That came to us in the summer of 1997, was still pleasing us at around this time in 1997. And she worked with Puffy on that one.
Mhm.
That's when he was Puffy.
Yeah.
Sean Puffy Combs actually was pretty busy making music back then. And we heard that on Mo Money, Mo Problems. That was a Notorious B.I.G. tune that he did, produced, rapped on, along with Mace with Biggie.
Mhm.
And of course, there was a real strong female presence on the radio at that time, thanks to Fiona Apple's Criminal. That was a big deal for
Thought
her.
about Fiona
Big deal.
Apple.
Yeah.
Sarah McLachlan's Building a Mystery.
Mhm.
How about that? How about Sean Colvin, Sonny Came Home?
Oh, that was a great song. Yeah.
Great song. Think of all
Yeah.
those people I think were on the bill at some point for Lilith Fair. And even Paula Cole with I Don't Want to Wait, which she'd also enjoy some royalties off of because that became the theme song to Dawson's Creek.
That was such a great song.
And who wasn't a freak for the creek?
Yeah.
I was. Here's my impersonation of Felicity, not Felicity, Carrie.
Do
what's her
it.
last name?
Do it.
What's her last name in real life?
Felicity,
Carrie.
I was gonna say Huffman. It's not Felicity Huffman. It's
No, because the show was Felicity and her name is Carrie Russell. There we go.
that's it. Yep.
So here's Carrie Russell entering the dorm. Hey.
That was
No
a
matter-
one-word impersonation.
Yep, that's it.
That was epic, Sharon.
It could have been a great day. Hey.
Yep.
Or she could have been, concerned about a mark. Hey.
Yeah. That's like when you talked about whisper singing, whisper talking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whisper singing.
I would also like to point out, is that the end of the rewind or
Let me wrap it up. And that's your 90s rewind.
Okay. I just want to point out Sharon's consistency. What the heck? I can't talk. It's still a problem. Anyways,
it's the graphs.
we've been doing the show. So we are in season 11, but it'll be officially 10 years in November of the show. And
10?
Sharon has always loved Mariah Carey's Honey. Always. Like you
love it.
You've never wavered on that. So
Love it.
good job, Sharon. And 2 songs for you both to check out this week. And you know what I love, by the way, is that Rachel and Carolyn, our ardent listeners, always go check out my song selections
Ooh.
and then write about it. So there's a DJ and producer named Ezel, so Ezel.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the vocalist on that is Rona Ray. The song is called Don't Know Yet. Did I tell you about this last week?
I think you
tell us
did.
about that,
Okay, oh my God,
yes.
you have to check it out. And then another new one, though, is Joel Corey and Tom Grennan, both UK artists.
Oh, I loved both of them.
And they have a new song called Lionheart.
Cool.
And if you like the doo-wop, Meghan Trainor just released her new album, Taking It Back, I think it's called. And the single is Made You Look.
Yeah,
And
it's amazing.
she is back to her vintage Meghan Trainor doo-woppy pop. Doo-woppy pop. That should be a
So-
genre, doo-woppy pop.
It's no longer about the bass.
Yeah.
No,
make-
she
make-
made you look.
Did you watch the video, Adam?
I've seen snippets of it. I feel like she's all over every social media platform.
Yeah, she's very good. And she put in that music video, she actually put a bunch of TikTok influencers in the video, which is very cool with her. It's very like sparkly and bubblegum pink. And if you need a boost, listen to Meghan Trainor or watch Meghan Trainor on that song.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
That's
That
all
was
I have.
nice.
Well, that's all I have too. I run out of paper and
As I like to say, that's enough.
as I like to say, that's enough out of you.
Yeah.
Till next week.
Until next week. Yeah, thanks you guys. And by you guys, I mean everybody that listens to this fantastic podcast. It's fantastic because you do that. We have fun doing it, that's for sure. But we appreciate that you find us wherever it is that you do that, wherever it is that you listen to your podcasts. We appreciate it very much. Thank you for listening to 90s Now. Still happening.